Yo. Yeah. And oh, it's been going. Oh shit! You should have fucking done that one as well, man. We could have had a bit of fucking
whole steroid.
Yeah. Right, we're good. We're good. We're ready.
Let's go.
Hello and welcome to the Curious Fijian. I'm your host Fijian. Obviously, you got Linus Udoth with us.
Yo.
We're going to be calling this the Fijian and the Nigerian soon.
I'm in for it.
You like that? Like, yeah, I don't mind that.
You do that off the fly,
Yeah. I was thinking about that one yesterday. I was like, yo, when I drop that intro, I might have to just drop that one in there. No, but co-hosting for us today as we got Lewis Williams on. Massive. Obviously, you got a, well, especially compared to my YouTube channel, it's massive. Completely Luton related, championship football.
Okay.
Take us back quickly in 2015 when you started it. Like, what was it like? Hey, the boy, the boy comes prepared. The boy comes prepared, man.
Trust me, when I first come on this pod, and they were like pulling stuff up, I went, they're gonna fuck me. They're gonna pull some stuff up I don't want to talk about.
No, I like to go back and have a proper look because I don't want to bring someone on and be like, oh, did you do this? And then get like I've brought you on because I'm interested in what you do. And at least have the decency to do some research or something like that.
No, it's normally like I have to say, yeah, I started this.
And this is the other thing I was saying to him just before you come. He's got the most experience in front of the camera. Like he's going to be the most confident in front of the camera than anyone. But starting your channel in 2015.
Yeah, well, I actually did it before 2015 officially. I did it with my mate. We were making FIFA videos. Actually, videos are still up now. We did like FIFA career mode. That's what we were doing. And went from there. We had a little bit of a fallout. So then I went, okay, I'll go on my own journey. And then I was doing it while I was at school. I think I was in year 10, year 11. So approaching like my final GCSEs. And I just started there. Didn't want anyone to know, but as it happens, someone finds out, and the whole year knows.
Someone sees it, comes in and just starts pulling it out like, yo, what's this video here?
Another thing added on to, 'cause I was really fat then, so it was like, all right, he's the fat boy, but he also now does YouTube videos.
Yeah,
he's the fat boy who does YouTube. That was my whole school, but
Was there any nerves when you like thinking about I'm gonna do videos, like being in school? Like I could have never thought about starting anything up in school. Like it would have never crossed my mind just in case of what people said.
It was a bit weird because I weren't the most popular kid, and then I weren't the confidence of kids out of them all. So it was just like I'm doing something which you actually need confidence, and if you were popular, you'd be able to grow quicker. So everything was against me, but the whole like YouTube process, it just made me more confident in front of the camera. Like when people put a camera in my face, I'm like, all right, hello. I just treat it as like a mate type of thing. And even with a mic now, it's just normal. Yeah. Because I've done it for so long. But I know when I went to university as well, you're used to having like cameras and mics in your face, trying to be a journalist. So the whole thing was just.
Did you do journalism in university?
Yeah, I went to uni.
What was that experience like?
God, how long have you got?
No, we got time.
That was just mental. Like the opportunities I got at uni was just
because that's something nuts. I looked at coming out of school to like commentating on football, journalism, all this sort of thing. But I never got into it because I thought I didn't have the grades. I didn't really want to go back to college to redo the grades, and I'm not really a fan of like the school system process. Like I don't really like the classroom tests and all of that sort of stuff.
You'd be surprised. Like for me, with my GCSEs, like I managed to get I got the English, I got the maths. That's what I needed. So I got into sixth form. I wish I went to college because I probably would have got better grades. But while I was at sixth form, my school actually screwed me over and just like conflicted all my lessons. So it ended up I only went away from school with actually 2 A levels. I was lucky that I had a uni teacher who actually believed in me and thought, you know what, I'll take you. But he only took me because of my YouTube channel. He didn't take me because of my grades.
Really?
So because I did YouTube, honestly, I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have my YouTube channel. Like a good job.
So he see you could do something.
Yeah,
with it.
I was the only one in the year who could be comfortable in front of a camera. So he was just like, yeah, you're different, so I'll take you.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was lucky. If I didn't do that, then I'd be working probably a Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
Hating life.
What's your current job now, if you don't mind me asking?
So I work in the sports broadcast industry. So my company's like a freelance company for Sky, BT, BBC, ITV. So I work in the graphics. So when you're watching a BT Premier League match, those graphics, what you see on the screen, I'd be making them and putting them on.
Yeah.
So it's actually
We got a fucking superstar on the pod.
like
Shit, son.
Just doing stuff like that. That's what I do. I've worked on like 8 sports over the last 12 months. It's actually yesterday was my year anniversary of being at my current place. So
Do you love it? Yeah.
I do, and then it has it's got its positives and it's got its negatives, but the positives weigh out the negatives.
Yeah, I think that'd be like any sort of work though. Like I bet even you with your boxing, there's negatives in it.
Oh yeah, there's loads, but the positives you don't really see the negatives.
Yeah.
So the positives are bright, you know, and you can't see the negatives.
Yeah.
Let's take like a quick step back again. Like when you were like in school and doing your YouTube and stuff like that, did you ever think you're gonna be where you are now? Did you ever have like that vision of going forward, or did you just do it for banter with your mate?
Well, the thing is with me, everyone just doubts me. And even my mum does, and I think that's what makes me even probably better. And I'm always like, right, I have to prove people wrong. And until this day, I'm still proving people wrong. Like, there's people at my current job who think I'm the worst operator, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, so I'm proving them. By the way, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah,
so tempted, like, to just go, fuck.
No, I always tick that box on YouTube, not for kids.
Like PG or what. I had so many people like doubt me, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna like fucking prove you wrong, like, and I'm gonna do it. And if you speak to someone from my year group, I don't speak to anyone from my year at all, not even friends with anyone. And I bet you if you ask them and go like, oh, what about Lewis? And they go, yeah, he's fucking got his head down and he's just cracked on. He just got on with his own thing. And that's what I just pretty much did. Got on with my own thing. I actually friends with the person who I actually fell out with. We like reunited, and we're like proper best mates now. Yeah. But like we both support each other, what we do, and it's just I've just got my head down, really.
I think you need them doubters though for stuff like that to give you the motivation. If no one doubted you, like your parents, your friends, people at your school, you wouldn't there'd be no motivation to turn around and get better every day. Do you know what I mean? You need someone there that's like, you can't do it, so you can turn around and go, well, watch me when I do it. Yeah. So obviously now when you look at your channel, I think it's 2.65 subscribers, like 1,000, something like that. Is it like, do you smile and think like, like you're on the community page because you have to be over like 1,000 subscribers to do certain things, link certain things. Yeah. Do you look at it and think like, this is exactly what I wanted?
I wish I did more. To answer that question, but I wish I'd done more. Like I had 2 years at A level and then 3 years at uni. That's 5 years there where I weren't actually in a proper job like what I'm in now. And I look at the opportunities, what I could do now instead of having my normal job. And I could have probably expanded my YouTube channel a lot more. Like now I can't go to games that often because I'm working, because I work on the weekends with being in sport. And I do proper miss it. But if I maybe maximise those 5 years, I probably could have been in a much better situation. Yeah. But I when I look at it now, I'm like, I am happy. Because like when I do eventually actually go to a Luton game, I think I've been to about 12 this season, which is quite lucky. Everyone spots me. Like someone says hello to me, and I don't even know who they are. I'm like, who? And without fail, and that's been like that for the last, I say, 3 seasons now. Someone comes up to me and goes like, "Hello, like you're right," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm not bad." And then you realise like they've actually watched your YouTube videos and stuff. Oh, I liked your recent vid and stuff, and it is nice to have that,
and it's good for the club as well because there's no one really like I think every club needs their own sort of media, like from a fan's perspective. I think it's good as long as it's not a negative way. Like Arsenal Fan TV, it got a bit pathetic. Like
I think now they've got,
because I was watching it for fun. I was watching it to laugh at. I'm not gonna lie. I was watching it to be like, Arsenal lost. I can't fucking Like there was memes on it, but it did get really negative. Whereas you're giving your personal opinion about formations. You think this, that. So I just think it's good for someone to get an insight. Like even me, the Cal Naismith. We'll get into all the Luton things, and anyway. But I'm like, I need to look at some of your YouTube because I want to see what your opinion is about it. And
I think you're right. Every club does need a fan's perspective. And I mean an outlet as well, not just what Sky says or what just the team says or other media outlets say. You know what I mean? Every team does need their own specific outlet.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, I was like the first one to do it from like the Luton side. And then you saw a few other teams do it and stuff. But yeah, I think someone did like a TikTok recently, which I actually popped up on my For You page, and I was just like, "What's this?" And it was the most subscribed Championship clubs, and I think I was around mid-table, and I was like, oh, I'll take that. Considering the amount of championship clubs that were in our division, the amount of like people I've got to compete with.
Yeah,
it's
no,
actually
that's
quite
good, man.
So I was just like, mid-table, yeah, I'll take mid-table.
You know? Well, I'll take mid-table for Luton anyway, like as long as it's not that bottom half. But what's actually this is like a selfish question for me, really, but what's the most important thing for you when you create a video? Like, what do you look for?
What do I look for? I think for me, it's just making sure that every opinion I say in the video is clear and concise, so then no one can nip it, put it online and go, look what he's just said.
Yeah.
At least if I've backed up my point properly, and then I can go, and if they do take a 30-second clip, well, I can go, well, if you literally listen an extra 10 seconds, you actually find what I actually back it up with and stuff. So I think it's just making sure that my opinions are clear, and also not being a twat. Like you mentioned Arsenal Fan TV. I think some of the stuff they say, they definitely do it for views. Yeah. Only some. There's probably some actually go on it and actually give their proper opinion and actually care about their club a bit more. But yeah, for me, it's just making sure that everything I say is spot on, really. Yeah. And that I have to look at it as well. Like, would I watch it? Because if I won't watch it, then why would anyone else watch it? So I think that's those two factors, definitely.
And what was it like with your journey coming through? Like, because even for me filming, like sometimes I make a video and I'm like, this is a banger. Like, this is a banger. And then I put it out and it's like, it doesn't get the love. And I'm like, how is it? And then I'll put something out that I'm just chucked together and I'm like, this is dead. And it's like, everyone's like, yeah, do more of that, do more of this. And I'm like, but I just don't like doing that. But like, I like focusing on a specific thing. If this did happen with you, but how did you balance the two?
So for me, my like journey through content was like, right, start off making FIFA videos, but I was playing FIFA when FIFA was actually banging, right?
Yeah,
from FIFA 14 to like, I say FIFA 19.
I stopped playing
that era,
after FIFA
maybe
20.
a little bit less than that. You know, that era for me was like a good era to play FIFA, and actually people used to watch FIFA online. But then the views started dipping on FIFA videos, so I thought, right, I changed it about a bit, and then people started actually playing football. Bearing in mind, I ain't the best at footballers, so seeing a fat, 14-year-old kick a ball is not probably what people want to see. So then I did that, and then I think I went to a Luton match. It was Bristol Rovers away. That was my first ever Luton actual video. And I did like a vlog, and that got a load of views, and I thought, right, I'm sticking with Luton. And then I literally just made my content Luton related. And then I just stayed on that path, and I've managed to then build an audience, because before then I was not building an audience. No. I was literally getting like some random person goes, "You're fat" in the comments, and I'm like, when now I'm getting like, "Oh, Lewis, I actually love your video." So it's been like a massive difference. So I say definitely, just finding my actual audience and then just building from there.
Yeah. And it takes time, obviously. Like, how long over a period did it take you to figure them sorts of things out?
So, from FIFA to Luton, I say that took 2 years at least. And then once, I think it's been since, I say my last year at A-level. So 17-18 was the year, like, I was, like, known as, like, he's the Luton man.
Yeah.
And then the last 4 years have been, like, everyone just gradually just got to know who I am, and then it's just building that audience.
I do want to touch on, before we go into the pure Luton talk, I want to touch on your Discord.
Okay.
For anyone watching who doesn't really know what it is or anything like that, what does it offer, and how can people get involved in it?
So, the Discord is just basically, it's like a WhatsApp group chat, but just pretty much just online. I think a lot of kids now, like, well, I say kids, but even the older generation of supporters are on it. I think people just want, to go away from Facebook and Twitter and just be in like in a group. Like, it's pretty much like a group chat, really.
Community.
Yeah,
sort of
community
like
group. Community. Yeah, and for mine, it's just I just put my videos in there. And then I think it just gives people more of a connection to me. Like, if they want to ask me questions, I can just answer the questions there, instead of them maybe just putting it, waiting for like a Q&A video for me to do or something like that. And then I ask them for video ideas, see what they actually want to see. Because if you put in videos up and your audience doesn't actually want to watch it, then there's no point doing it. So I'm always like finding ideas, and then it's just good to have that community. And then I found out recently there's actually another one, which I've added myself to, and I've added myself to a Reddit as well. So it's just like, just keep building that audience, really.
Yeah, nice, wicked. Luton season review.
Yeah.
We had to get the boy on for it. We had to get the other boy on. You went to a few away games this year, didn't you?
Yeah, got a good few. I think I've been to, I reckon, about 25 games this season.
Yeah.
And that was like trying to do camp as well. So it's been long. It's been some days, some away days have been
like when I see you at the Stoke one, I was thinking, yo, the boy travelling all the way up to Stoke.
Stoke was good though.
It's
probably worth it.
Peterborough wasn't. Peterborough was not. There's a few games.
I watched Peterborough on TV and I was thinking, it looked like we were just going to throw the game though.
Do you know what it is? You know what it is? And I know we're getting on the Nathan Jones talk a bit early. This is why he didn't succeed at Stoke, and this isn't. And like you, I'm gonna back up this in a minute. Yeah. But it's like tactically, he's not the best, but he knows how to get the best out of the team. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you could, that Peterborough game said it. Like he just wasn't. He's
a good man manager.
Tactics.
He's a good man manager.
He's a good man manager. He knows how to get the team going. He knows how to get 100% out of every single player. He knows how to get them to play for each other. But his tactics just weren't. You see it as soon as he brought Bradley on with like 20 minutes to go. I went, it's only a 1-0 lead. I don't know why we're doing that.
Yeah.
And he brought Cornick on 10 minutes later, and I went, we've done that the wrong way round. Like we should have. And then it just, you can see it. It just messed up a little bit. But no, there's been some really good games this season. Some great games this season. Some really poor ones as well. But just, you know, I mean, we've done really well.
Yeah, I think it's been. From your personal opinion, could you imagine us being where we were at the end of the season, at the start of the season?
Not with the amount of injuries we've had this year. It's been an absolute joke. Honestly, I probably back this 100%. If we actually were injury free, no injuries at all, our key players were fit, we probably would have beaten Huddersfield.
Yeah, I
100%.
think we would have,
because they were not that good.
I don't think we would have been in that position. Well, to be honest, I think
we could have been pushing.
We could have pushed.
Because really, there was a stage where us and Nottingham were level points.
Yeah.
And then 2 games later or 3 games later, they were literally playing Bournemouth to see who got automatics. And I was thinking,
it was the QPR game.
Yeah, that could have been
QPR
game.
We had to beat QPR to beat.
That was shit. Because we were fucking dominating them as well.
We've had a few games like that, though, haven't we? Like the second Huddersfield game showed that we dominate. We played some of the best football we've ever played.
Yeah.
And they just got the goal, and it just hurts.
It's similar to what I was saying to you earlier. It's similar with the Liverpool game. You don't take them sorts of chances. It only takes one chance for the other team to score.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You have to, and you can see the momentum change in a game where either the players' heads start going down because they've missed so many chances, the fans' heads start going down, and then the momentum change. And obviously watching from TV, I don't know how it felt in the stands, but that Huddersfield game, it looked like the momentum was changing towards that last 10 minutes.
Yeah, like being there, like the atmosphere, it was just so tense. Like you just felt like if we was to score, we'd probably go on to win it. That's how it definitely felt. It's just typical because I like when I do my videos and stuff, I try and do as much research as possible about the other team, and I literally said the only way they will score is either through a counter attack or a set piece. Both of their flipping goals, counter attack in the first leg, set piece in the second.
Counter attack.
Like, for fuck's sake, if I can call it, then surely someone else can. You know,
surely the experts.
Switch it now. I want to jump.
What are you doing, bro?
Sorting this out for you, innit? Hey, I look after my boys here, man.
Look at me in the eye. Look at me in the eye playing my mic. Look at the mic, bro.
Why is he trying to call the boy out? Trying to say I'm fiddling with sticks?
I'm just saying,
I don't even know where we was now because of that. But, yeah, and I'd argue we actually defended the set pieces well up until that last one. Because, like you said, in the first half, I actually thought if there was VAR, we're giving away penalties in the first leg. Because Bradley was tugging shirt.
We should have had the penalty as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like everyone said to me, that was a clear cut. And I went, yeah, it was. It's the first 3 minutes of the game. Nothing is given in that.
No, it's never.
It's
like
not
20
a rule.
seconds, wasn't it?
It's not a rule, but it's just one of those accepted rules, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't kill the game off that early.
The ref even said
you could do anything in the first minute of a game.
Honestly, we're not giving a soft penalty.
Nah.
That's what the ref said. So
to be fair, and even Jerome's one, I don't. I think if it's given, if it's given, I'm like fair enough. If it's not given, I'm like fair enough. Like I can see it given, I can see it not given, because for one, you've taken so much time to take a shot. Like he took ages.
I wish that was Cornet, because Cornet would have beaten the player for pace, and then we know what Cornet's like on a one-on-one, so it's either 50-50. Anyway.
It's either unreal or
But yeah, we'll start. We'll go back to the start of the season and we'll work our way up. But the start of the season, we started quite well, if I remember rightly. At the start of the season,
it was mixed. It was like we win and then we lose, we win, and then we get a draw and then we win or lost and stuff.
Average.
It was just because we had such a massive summer build with all the recruitment which we brought in, all these players. So it was just getting them all gelled up. I knew we would have a better second half than we did the first, and that proved, because it takes a while when you sign so many players in one summer, it's always going to happen, and you see it with other teams as well. Like, it's just the second half will always be the better, and it just takes ages.
But and that's what I mean. Like, I even think someone was saying to me the other day about Cameron Jerome. Like, nah, I wouldn't sign him again. I actually don't think he's that bad. Like, as a rotational player, I think he needs a good pre-season and maybe a couple more run-outs.
Yeah.
Because he come in. Did he come in late or did he come in at the start of the season?
No. He came in at the start.
Did he do a pre-season though?
Yeah.
He done a full pre-season.
He did. He was involved with Mendes Gomez and Campbell.
So he was early.
He was in.
He signed the same day as Lansbury did.
Oh shit, son! Oh, there's no excuses for him.
There was a few. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Because he didn't have a bad season, but again, he just looks leggy, didn't he?
He looks old. He looks. He looks his age.
36.
Yeah, he looks his age. But the thing
He looks like he's a dinosaur.
He looks his age, but the thing is, he grasps, and it's almost like when he pulls stuff off, it's like nobody expects it.
Yeah.
And when he does, everyone's like, "Oh, come on, Cameron."
Yeah.
Come on, son. You're like, and you know what I mean. I think he's done really well. I think, you know what I mean, he's brought a lot of experience in for Cornick, Adebayo, and, you know what I mean, the strikers we do have, and I mean, he's got his important goals as well. I think he's been a good signing.
Couple of assists
as well.
Yeah. And he's staying on, isn't he?
Well, he's been offered a new deal.
Yeah.
I think we would just give him a 12 months, but it's
whether
or not
it's better to give him.
He wants to play more. That's up to him, though. But I don't. The problem with him is you're not going to get back-to-back 90 minutes out of him.
No,
that's the problem at this level. And when games do come, so
thick
quick,
and fast as well. It's a lot of games.
And then Hilton's the same as well. He's in the same situation. So I already said that we need to get another striker in.
Yeah.
Just to help. Well, just in case Elijah gets injured. Or just we need kind of like a different striker, because Elijah, Hilton, and Jerome, they are roughly the same. Cornick's the only different player, but I don't find Cornick as a striker.
No, he's not.
No, he's more of a winger.
Yeah,
so,
he's not a striker. You could not play him as a number 9 on his own.
No, he'd be everywhere.
He needs to play alongside someone or
he
on
needs
the
to
wing.
run off someone. He can't hold the ball up. You know what I mean? He needs to run off someone. I think you're spot on. We need a different striker. We need. Do you know what I mean? Adebayo holds the ball up really well, but he needs that runner next to him. He needs someone and if we get someone like that can run off him and finish.
Does he stay though?
Who?
Adebayo.
I don't. I personally think he will, because I don't think there's enough interest in him.
Nah.
Not yet.
He needs to repeat the season he's just had and also add an extra 5 goals to it.
Yeah.
That's when you start getting lower Premier League teams, top end Championship teams paying the money to get him.
Or even wanting him.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what was going on towards the end of the season, but there was Hilton come on one game, had an argument with him straight away. And I think Naismith was seen going mad at him as well at one point.
I get what you're on
and
about,
there was a couple of times where everyone was celebrating with the fans and he would just walk off over there. So I was just thinking the writing was on the wall. He's kind of just going.
Oh no, I think when I watch Elijah play, he does seem like he's his biggest critic. Every time he does something wrong, he blames himself.
Yeah.
And I think Bradley's, and I think even Naismith have come out in interviews and have gone he puts too much pressure on himself. And I think that's, in a way, it's a good thing, but also you don't want it to show on the pitch at times. But I think he just wants to be the best, and he wants to score. He wants to be the man scoring, in a selfish way, like all strikers are.
Yeah,
they want to score the goals. They don't want to really share it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is, really. I think, and then I think towards the end he weren't really scoring every week. So I think he was just
frustrated.
It's just more frustration, I think, especially at an important time of the season.
Probably just getting in his own head, isn't it?
Yeah, but because when we had obviously Todd on, he was at Coventry. And this was around December. And I was thinking we'd dropped to about 11th, I think. But obviously from 11th to 6th, 5th, 4th, it was all like 3 points maybe. And I was saying on the pod, I was like, we've bottled it. We're just going to keep dropping because I'm thinking fixtures, thick and fast, everything. But then we kind of went on a bounce. Like you said, around second half of the season coming in, we started going on a bounce. Did formations change? Did anything change from the first half to the second half?
No, the first game of the season, he played a really attacking formation. He played a 4-3-3, and it was we dominated Peterborough and we got the well-deserved win. But I think because of a few injuries at the start, we then fell into the system of playing 3 at the back or 5 at the back, whatever you want to call it. But because we were so good at playing that system, we were keeping clean sheets. Yeah. I think Nathan looked back and gone like, well, I don't want to change it. So he stuck with the system throughout the whole year. Whereas now for next year, and I've come out in my videos and said this, like, I honestly believe next year we're going to play a more attacking system and we're going to go at teams now. And because we didn't really see much of Mendes Gomez this year, Musway we didn't really see much of. Onyedinma played more as a wing back. I think he's better further forward. Cornick can play out wide. So I think we're going to see a much more attacking Luton next year.
You think more like a 4-3-3 or something like that?
Either that or a 4-2-3-1, because that's what Fulham played, and look how well they done.
Yeah.
Pretty much majority of Championship teams this year, the previous seasons, just played with a 3-5-2.
Yeah.
That was their go-to, whereas now I think we're going to be more attacking.
There's something about the 5 at the back. I really don't like it.
I much prefer wingers.
Yeah.
Always have done.
I really don't like it.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I don't think you should trust your fullbacks to create stuff. I think Bree's good, don't get me wrong, and he's picked up a few assists, but he isn't, a Mendes Gomez who's going to beat a fullback so easily.
And then when you do play someone like a Mendes Gomez there, you haven't got the defensive side of him. Like, it's kind of, you rarely get a mixture of, like, a good mixture of both.
But
like,
that's what I think, you've got to train them up to do that.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like the old-fashioned way.
I think to rely on...
What this guy, bro? How fucking old is he? Sitting behind the camera laughing about that. Mendes Gomez. What? But yeah, I think you don't get a good mixture. Maybe like you look back at like Justin on one side and who's the other geezer on the other side?
Jack Stacey. But it was Justin would do the left and Stacey would do the right, and then with that you could rely on them creating and coming back, because our system was a bit different. We were still playing 4-3-3, don't we?
Yeah, it was the diamond. We had a defensive mid who was, who
Pele,
could go into
McCormack
that centre back role and stuff like that. Yeah, it was covered. Yeah. But I think with the diamond, you can't really. Wow. So you can't, but I'm not an expert, but I think there's too much space in the Championship for the diamond. So I much rather us play a 4-3-3, because I think that's going to be our biggest asset going forward next year. I think we're going to be a lot stronger. I think we're going to unleash Mendes Gomez a lot better because of last year him not playing. Musway, I think he's going to be a much better season. He definitely isn't the finished article. No. Although he had a disappointing year, he looks like he could beat anyone. He could go on a run and beat 5 or 6 players, and then score a goal and score those types of goals. So I think next year is going to be a good year.
I hope we keep Snodgrass around.
Yeah,
I hope we do.
Deal has been off,
because when you watch him play, and he started playing them 90 minutes. I think he played against Cardiff was his first 90-minute game. But he gives you them glimpses of like the 1-2s and stuff like that. Like he gets it from CDM and splits it straight open. Yeah. Like he misses out that middle man. But the problem is, in my opinion, with him and Campbell, because Campbell's a bit like a headless chicken sometimes, or Campbell and Lansbury, for instance. I see them both go at the same time, and there's no communication. Then it goes, and now it's like a 3v3. It's your 3 centre-backs versus their 3 attackers. And it happened against Huddersfield a few times. And I don't... Obviously, that might have not been Lansbury's fault or Campbell's fault, but it's just like a little thing I was picking up on when I was watching the games. I was just like, we look like the ball just gets taken from there. There's no midfielders, and it's now 3-on-3 against our defence. Yeah,
Campbell does too much at times. I feel like you just slow down a little bit, just sit back, relax, watch the play a little bit and then go. But I think that's what Lansbury does. Cause I think that, but then that comes with experience. So hopefully he just learns that and he's
Lansbury, man. I really do like Lansbury.
Baller.
Yeah, I really do. Even when he was at Nottingham Forest and stuff like that, I was just like, he's a player. But then he's played at some good teams, isn't he? Like from young,
former Arsenal. So he's gonna have something about him. But with him, the fact that he's played the amount of games he has done, like I don't know if you looked at his injury record prior to Luton, he couldn't play more than 20 games a season. With us, he's played that.
Yeah.
So it's just like the first time in over 5 years he's played 20 games. And I think that's full credit to Nathan for getting him fit and managing him correctly.
And rotating him when you need him.
Yeah.
And, do you know what I mean? Not smashing him out every game.
Burning him out,
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think he's done really well, to be fair. Like, tactically in that sense.
Yeah. Well, with the tackles Lansbury's put in, like the Swansea lad who got, he nearly got kicked out the stadium. And then with a few other challenges, like, you expect him to get injured a lot more.
Yeah, I do like him though, man. When I watch him, I'm just like, he just looks slick, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like fresh trim, he's slick, he's got a ball in him, and then he does like little shit house things like that, like booting players and stuff. And
you know what? I was worried when Shinnie left, and I thought, where's the creativity going to come from the middle? Because Pele has great games here and there, but
consistency.
You know what Pele could look $1 million, and he can look like a donkey the next day. It's true though, isn't it?
It's true.
And you never get both in one game.
No.
It's always a great game or a bag. You know what I mean? And then when Lansbury come in and he started, slotting things through the middle, started playing absolutely class footballs. You know what I mean? I was thinking, okay, sweet. You know what I mean? We're not going to do too bad. We've replaced, the McCormack. We got a little engine at DM, what's his name, Campbell, and Shinnie's been replaced by Lansbury, so it's it's not so bad no more. You could just do another striker though.
But what do you think of Osho?
I like him, but as a centre back, not as a DM. We have played him. I think he's going to replace Naismith, in my opinion. I don't think we'll go out and we may go out and grab a centre half, but I think we're going to just make him the replacement, because then we're going to have 4 centre backs: Lockyer, Bradley, Burke, and him. Kioso can also play there. Potts still has a year, but I think he's going to get transfer listed. So we're pretty covered.
And if you're not playing the 5, and you've got 4 centre backs,
especially if we're not playing the 5. If we are going to play the 5
you
next
might
year,
need someone.
Then we're going to definitely bring someone in. But I hope that it's going to be Osho's time. And I think he's played quite a lot, and he's impressed me. I think you can see inexperience at times, but that comes by playing. You're never going to get rid of certain things if you don't play. So.
No, yeah, 100%. And what do you think about the Naismith leaving then? Because to me, that was a shock. When I see that, I was like, I didn't even know his contracts were up or anything.
My mate messaged me and goes, Naismith's gone Bristol. And
I'd literally just see it in a group chat.
I was like, yeah, funny one. And then he goes, no, seriously, have a look. Look on Twitter.
It was Dunk, wasn't it?
No, it's my boy, Anthony. And he's put it up, and the Bristol page have put it up, and I've gone, why? I don't get, unless you've got family in Bristol.
Yeah. Money. It's got to be money.
Yeah, but Bristol got, I know we don't. I know we're quite stingy with paying players, but surely
that's the only thing I can think of, because he was captain when when Bradley weren't there. He had everything. The fans loved him. Yeah. He had played really good games. He was trusted to play CDM and centre back.
Yeah, he would have been there for a while as well. So I get money maybe, but
it's the only thing I can think of.
For me, it's the 3 year. We wouldn't offer a 30-year-old 3 years. That's the only thing that does it for me. I don't think. Trying to think the last player who actually got offered 3 years at Luton, and that's hard to even think of.
Wasn't that Pele though?
I don't even know if he got offered 3 years.
No.
I don't even know.
How old is Pele?
He's
27.
Yeah, because we don't announce. The problem is at Luton, we don't announce our contract lengths, and according to every Championship supporter who are fucking dickheads, think that majority of our squad's out of contract.
Yeah, no, this is where
you think we're gonna let our whole squad? Because it's basically transfer market. Because we don't obviously announce it, I've gone, they must all be out of contract.
I'm seeing Adebayo's going for free. I'm thinking, oh shit, we're going to lose Adebayo. We're losing this.
We're better.
But I actually don't mind the contract situation, because I think in the chairman's mind, or whoever does the contracts, in the back of his head, we could literally go down any season.
It's yes and no, but because you want to keep your players, you want to give value. So if you keep letting players go down to their last years, you're not going to get as much value if there are 2 years. So I actually think Elijah's deal's out next season. He's someone who you can't let go on a free. You have to offer him you have to either offer him more money or sell him now. So that's the situation which I think we're in with a lot of these players.
Because we could get a little bit for him.
Well,
we could get 6-7 mil, surely 6-7 mil.
With the right club, double, we could get 15.
Yeah.
If we do it right, 20.
Yeah.
And that was when Newcastle were desperate. We could have got 20.
What, we could have got 20 off Newcastle?
We could 100% got 20, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I would have got rid of him.
They were desperate.
I would have got rid of him for 20 mil.
Yeah, but it just never
It was.
materialised.
I think they realised 20 million on a
For him,
championship
yeah,
strike.
yeah.
He's only played a year in
Yeah.
championship. Probably
Played a
isn't
year.
the
Yes, whoever's
I
made that.
think they were quite sensible.
Yeah, no.
But I would have snapped their hand off for 20
I
minutes.
would have took
We
Elijah
would have gone, thank you
Adebayo.
very much.
Mate, I would have took Elijah Adebayo over fucking Chris Wood. Chris Wood's shit. I don't care what anyone tells me. He's not that good. He's never scored that many goals in the Prem. He don't really get assists.
Burnley, you're not going to score under Burnley.
No, true.
Yeah.
But since he's been at Newcastle, he ain't really. He's just a shit house as well. He was like meowing at Kurt Zuma and shit like that. Like, I don't.
That's hilarious.
That's funny though. Did you see that?
That's
He was
so
doing
funny.
that. They went to the ref and they were like telling the ref. They were like,
He's meowing at me.
tell him to stop. He's meowing at Kurt. I'd be like, you absolutely pathetic little girls. I'd keep doing it after that.
Yeah, 100%. That's hilarious.
But yeah, I definitely would have taken him over Chris Wood. But hopefully he's not in his last year because that'll be a real.
I have a feeling he is because it's been a year. I reckon he would have been offered 2.5.
2.5. Yeah, that's what when
and
he
we
first
signed,
came.
and then when we signed him in January. But he may have like an option in his contract which we can just we're allowed to extend.
Yeah.
So that could be the
Which
case.
probably would have been smart for him as well because he's coming from Walsall.
Yeah.
You would put something like that.
Yeah,
in
and plus
because
he knew he was coming to be second fiddle to Collins.
Well, he ended up
to
being
sit-
first, didn't he?
Yeah, just
straight away.
He was just there to kind of just in case, and all of a sudden he just started scoring, and just didn't stop. And then when Collins left, they were like, "Oh, we need to get someone else in," and he kept scoring. They went,
Just
we'll
keep
be
him.
all right. Yeah, we'll be all right with him."
Who do you really go out and get though? I seen
You
we're
find
linked
him.
with that Twine.
Yeah.
You find it, like, what,
Twine is his name? Twine.
oh, the MK
From
Dons.
MK
Yeah, the
Dons.
MK Dons.
Yeah.
Like, we were apparently linked with him last year, but
don't know
he
who-
chose to play for Dons because he wanted more football. So
Yeah.
I think apparently we were either after him or Mendes Gomez, and I think he said no to us because he wanted to play more football.
Was he like a centre attacking mid or a striker?
It's like he's probably play similar.
Cam.
position. Yeah, Cam. But he's going to go for 5 million, and we ain't going to spend 5 million on him.
No, it's
I am actually expecting us to break our transfer budget, record soon, because the fact that Sluga's the player to do it, I still find mad now. And this is our 4th year in the championship.
Yeah, I
Mad
can't
is
see
it?
that.
Fucking Simon.
I don't think we will.
You don't think you break
No,
it?
I don't think we will.
We're going to have to break it soon because all these teams.
I think their recruitment's so good where they've just found these journeymen and gems.
Yeah.
It ain't broke. Why are you gonna fix it?
And
It's true.
I
And I think
get it. We've got to get ambition, and we want to push next season. Yeah, I'd expect no less than to push.
Yeah.
For top 6. But you know, what I mean, it is what it is. Like the system, it's one of those where we could try and break our transfer budget. We can try and offer more money, and then end up really low, get relegated. Now we've got big players on big contracts in another league, and that's what we've done so well.
And that's why I don't think he offers the long contracts.
I just think, to a 30-year-old.
Well, yeah, maybe not in. Yeah,
He's got there's no sell-on value.
No.
I've listened to interviews with Jones, and he's gone about the recruitment plan. He always looks for players either who's going to actually add something or give us a sell-on value. So Naismith at the time, he added something. He gave us a bit of
Surprisingly,
quality.
I didn't expect it.
No,
I just thought he was going to fill a hole.
because he was never a championship
I'll
player
be
before
honest.
us.
I looked at him against Chelsea and I thought, what's this bald-headed geezer doing? I go, who the fuck have we signed here, man? He is shit. And he was playing like left mid, I think, against Chelsea or something like that. He was, and I'm thinking, who is this guy? This season, he's got some hair. He looks like a fucking different player, man. I swear down, I think haircuts and that change people's fucking confidence.
more
and that.
confidence.
Like
Oh,
Fernando
100%.
Torres. When you think of Fernando Torres, you think of long hair, Liverpool. When he goes to Chelsea, he cuts that hair off. Oh, the boy was struggling. So, but yeah, he ended up being good. It's just shit we couldn't sell him, because if we could sell him, I think we would have got a bit for him. Maybe not a bit. I'm not talking millions, but,
but
he would have gone to another
got
championship
something.
team for a good amount, like for a decent amount.
Good profit.
They don't drag more people up from youth teams.
Our youth team at the moment, it's not
There's
good.
a lot of ballers in Luton, man.
That's the surprising thing. Like
Yeah.
since
Even
Justin.
Cole.
Cole De Silva, like for example,
Yeah.
he got dropped. Now he's just roaming about. So why don't they track people that have had before in the system and like?
They're still trying to get the ones. They're still trying to get the ones.
I actually have a video coming up
True.
soon about this.
Do ya?
I am practicing.
Come on.
I think the next one everyone's got their eye on at Luton is that Josh Novell.
Yeah.
And he
I
was.
don't know, but all I'm saying is there's a lot of talent in
Yeah,
Bedfordshire.
yeah.
Well, I'm
No,
surprised.
you're right.
Sorry. I'm surprised they've let Jake Peck go.
This is the problem with me is, this is how I look at it. We are so close to London, and with Chelsea, Arsenal, West Ham, all the top teams in London, right pretty much on our doorstep, they're going to go there rather than stay at Luton. And then with the place which we currently have, like you mentioned, Peck, he's not even got anywhere near the first team. And for me, that suggests that he's nowhere near. And that's the thing. Normally, you get really excited if you have a youth player and he goes out on loan to another Football League club.
Yeah.
We haven't even had that. No. All the youth players, even that Josh, he's gone on loan to Yeovil. I'm not disrespecting Yeovil, but if I expect him to be anywhere near the first team, I expect him to go out on loan to League One, League Two.
Like Kioso.
Like exactly like Kioso. But Kioso isn't our player, so it's just like that's what I want, and that's why I don't know if you saw recently, Paul Hart's now going to be academy director. And he was academy director at Charlton, and they brought Joe Gomez through and other players through. He's hoping to obviously repeat that at Luton, because the current one obviously must have been doing a shit job, because Justin is the only player I can actually think of in the last 8 years. And then before that, maybe Curtis Davis. I can't really think of them. Because otherwise they get snapped up where they're, De Silva's age. What was it, 8, 9? He got snapped up.
Something like that.
So you either get it snapped up before you're 10, or you're not good enough to even get anywhere near the first team. So that's what we need.
And Justin's the only one that actually stayed from that year group. Like Jamal left, Cole left, Jay left.
But now we've got an under 23s now, because before we didn't have an under 23s. So we had Baker go, Masonda go, Akin left as well.
Weren't too bad, to be honest.
No, and he's
playing for Rafe Rovers now.
He's
playing national football. I seen the other day. He's playing for Zambia.
So he's gone out.
He is. He's playing national football. Like, that's fucking mad. And he weren't too bad.
No, he weren't too bad.
And I thought he would come through as well, but maybe they're seeing something. I don't know.
That's what I mean.
That high.
Yeah, championship is that.
It is. You know what it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? There's variables. There's times where the position's just overfilled. There you got some ballers that are starting, and you got some ballers that should be starting, but because there's so many, where are you going to put the youth?
Yeah.
Where are you going to put the youth?
Yeah. It's
You threw me. I thought we were going to stop.
I'll give it to him though. He wrote that, but I just couldn't keep it laughing because that was fucking funny as fuck. Man just sat there and he straight face. Where are we going to put the youth? Yo, you wrote that well, man. I'll give you that. I'll give you props for that, though. That is true, because that's why Cole, when he was here, he was saying they left because they went into that. They got the 30-point deduction, so there was no youth. There was going to be no youth team, so they all just left.
Yeah,
but with an under 23s, it could help massively. But then this is where it gives you faith in Luton and what we're building. Like you've got Power Court being built. Like you got Nathan Jones with a steady team, and we're still recruiting. You got under 23s coming in. You're attracting more people now, and it's like for a younger kid coming up. It's like, I could stay at Luton. Like I wouldn't mind playing for Luton. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I was thinking beforehand as well. Are we a few? Well, now you've told me about the contract lengths are probably bullshit. Then I was thinking if contract lengths are going, like Adebayo might be leaving, Naismith's gone. Could we get sucked back into like a bottom of the table relegation sort of fight next season?
Nah, not on the Nathan. We've always progressed as a football club. Like I think it's been us and Cheltenham the last 7 years. We're the two clubs only to keep progressing. Obviously, for us, the next year's top 5. That's pretty much going to be standout progression on the pitch. But off the pitch, we can end up just progressing massively. So for us, it's just continuing what we're doing. I think everyone would accept a top 10 finish next year, but I think Nathan and the board, they want playoffs again. Yeah. And I think we're going to get playoffs again. I think we're going to recruit well, because for me, we've got the best recruitment in the league.
Yeah,
no one,
100%.
No one even this is very controversial, but if we had the money which City, Newcastle have, all these top clubs have, we would be competing with them, because we're one of the best run clubs in the world.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
It's us, Accrington Stanley, and Leicester City. Us 3 clubs get voted the best owners.
Yeah.
Imagine the money Luton and Accrington Stanley could actually do. It is mental.
Winning the playoffs,
It's the highest paid competition,
Yeah, it's
isn't
the
it?
highest. It's
It's the highest
match.
paid competition.
Yeah.
I don't know actually how it is because you got Champions
Premier
League.
League.
Surely you'd be thinking if you win the.
Yeah, it's just when you go up, innit, you get all that money from the Prem.
Yeah.
Do they?
Broadcasting rights.
But do they? Yeah. So
Fulham.
no, Norwich.
That's how Fulham spend 100 mil every season. Because they get
a parachute payment when they come back down.
They're getting money going up and down.
Yeah, they get. But
So you can keep.
but it's if you go up and come straight back down, innit?
Yeah.
You don't get a parachute payment if you stay there for like a couple.
Oh
years.
yeah, you still do.
Oh shit, son.
Yeah, Stoke got it. Stoke, Sunderland got it. Yeah.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, even when that's what I mean. It just shows you how bad Sunderland and Stoke did.
Yeah.
Even with that money, they still failed.
But that was there was no structure.
Yeah, they're only absolutely shit.
And that's when you look back to like the 30-point deduction and all of that stuff, and you think like, for us to progress, it's actually been beneficial because now the owners would look at that and be like, yeah, like we've made, or whoever's made mistakes like this in the past, we can't repeat that, and that's probably why it's run so well now.
Looking back at the 30 points thing, that's probably the best thing that ever to happen to Luton in a weird way. It's because it's made us actually go, we've actually got the right model now. There are teams out there which wish they had our model, fan owned. If you look at Oldham, like 26 years, that club has not progressed. They've gone from Premier League to National League. They've not even had a promotion. They've had nothing for 26 years.
Yeah,
that is mental. And now they're rotting in the in non-league. I mean, like with owners which they don't want to be at the club, who are just taking money out of the club. That club probably going to be the next Bury, the way they're going.
Yeah,
that's how bad it is. But with us, thinking like it's ever going to happen again with the -30, never. Probably will never ever happen again. Not in my lifetime.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
It's make or break, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can either make you or break you. LTFC were like, now we can come back.
Yeah, and I think it helps with the massive support as well.
Oh yeah,
like the support, like the Luton fans, they're just hardcore fucking, and that's what I don't want with the Power Court, for it to lose that. I've seen the drawings and that, but I don't know how close it's going to be to the pitch.
It's going to be
close.
Yeah, it's going to be quite close.
Have you been to Charlton Stadium?
Nah.
So basically, the guy who made that stadium, or like designed it, is the same guy who made Power Court.
Okay.
And when you're at Charlton, you are close to the pitch, and the atmosphere at Charlton is actually quite good.
Is
when
it?
It's full. Yeah, so it should be okay.
Yeah, because I feel like we're selling 15. I think on most weeks we could do 15 easily.
I think we should make the stadium bigger.
Yeah.
Because I think they said that we're gonna build it to 17,000. I think we should make it over 20 because we can easily give away fans 5,000.
Yeah.
Especially first season open with a new stadium, away fans are gonna want to go. They're gonna go, right, we need to tick this stadium off our list.
Yeah.
So we can easily, especially with the big clubs in our division, we can easily give 5,000.
And for away fans, it's Luton, like obviously the stadium now, but
they only get 1,000.
we're close to London, so it's like on a Saturday you can just go out into London after. Like it's quite. We got everything around us for
airport,
yeah. So yeah, I'm just glad that it's being done right though. Like the stadium, because you wouldn't want it to be open and big and just lose the atmosphere. And
well, it's the next step, isn't it? It's when we were saying about how the club's being run. It's the next step that you can't. I think, and I agree with the investment should go towards the stadium build and do you know what I mean, and pushing that really. We're doing what for 3 seasons now straight. We've done on average 8 to 11,000 at Kenny every single week, every single home game. That's crying out for a new stadium. Yeah, I understand we may lose the atmosphere of MSC, atmosphere of Oak Road and things like that, but make a new one at a new stadium. You know what I mean? It'll be a new kind of buzz. And like you said, bang on. Away fans, for the first 2 seasons, they're gonna want to see the stadium. They're gonna want to tick this off. They're gonna want to. Oh, Luton got a new stadium. It'll be like it might be like Brentford. Let's go see that. Let's go, you know what I mean? It'll be exactly the same thing. I think it's not just the direction; it's the only direction, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Just invest in ourselves, and the rest will sort itself.
And if we won promotion, that would have just fast tracked it. But
But I think the money from just being in the playoffs surely takes a year off.
The higher league position you are, the more money you get. So,
Yeah.
And we are going to get more interest as well from players, because they're going to look at us and go, Luton are doing bits. So
yeah,
we're going
and this is the time to join them while they're still on this high.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
And when you got players like Snodgrass, if he sticks around and stuff, there's a bit more.
Lansbury, you can attract those players.
Them people have got friends. Like even Todd, when he was here, he had talks to go to Luton or with Luton, but just because of Lansbury, because he had played with Lansbury before. but obviously nothing materialised. But just the interest. Is that how did we get Snodgrass? Was that to do with Campbell in Scotland or anything like that?
He got his contract terminated at West Brom because West Brom are right now they're meant to be getting playoffs next season, but not under Bruce. They're not, in my opinion. But they just terminated his contract, and I think he was out of contract. And when you've got a player like that available, and you've got 10 games left in the season, you bring him in, don't you? So
give it a go.
He's a good player.
He is.
He's
got his left foot. It's just incredible.
And
that's what I mean. A good pre-season with the rest of the lads, like he could really be playing. He could be one of your main players.
Yeah, you aim to get 30 games out of him easily. Set piece, probably on every set piece possible. Hopefully you score a few set pieces as well. So yeah, he'd be a good player. But I think he did an interview on TalkSport recently, and it doesn't sound promising that he will stay because he's got a few offers. But you never know. Yeah, Nathan Jones gets the PowerPoint out like he does with most players. He tries to bring in and see what it does.
Does he actually use a PowerPoint?
Yeah, right. Well, he's done it to a lot of players, and a lot of players go, right, yeah, after the 2 slides, I wanted to sign. It's obviously a very good PowerPoint. Yeah. Hopefully we do see it one day.
But I think he's got that family spirit. Yeah. Like you would run through brick walls for him. Like the passion, like he comes up to the fans and he's smashing the badge. Like even for the for him to leave when we were top of the league, come back and still be loved is actually the same way. Like that talks volumes, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, he had to keep us up.
He was only going to be loved. Yeah. Everyone said it. He was only going to be loved if he kept us up. Yeah. If he didn't, fuck right off.
Graham Jones tried fucking us, man.
I hated him.
He was shit.
Yeah.
He was fucking shit.
He ruined my birthday. He ruined literally my 19th birthday. We played Nottingham Forest, and he said we've just lost to the 2-time European champions. I went, that was fucking 40 years ago, you cunt.
Yeah.
Don't you ever use that as a flipping excuse to use against Nottingham Forest.
We were dog shit.
Admit we were dog shit. You put the wrong team. That pissed me.
And we looked like we were getting shit every week. We looked so bad. And COVID helped us. That period in COVID helped us.
Oh yeah.
Like massively. The no fans, like going to Leeds and fucking getting points there with no fans, like all them little things. Like we picked up some good points throughout that period.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we were actually on a bit of a run with Graham Jones towards, but I don't know if we would have ever have done it. But yeah, he just took the soul out of Luton and the culture.
And that was Sluga's first season as well, wasn't it? And he was letting balls go under his feet and that, man.
It's confidence, isn't it? It was just
because you look at him this season at the start and last season, like
different people.
Decent. Like even this season when he left, I'm thinking, oh shit.
Yeah, that was a weird one. I
think we wanted to make money out of him. I think we knew he wanted to go, and I thought it was right. We can still make money out of you, so let's let you go. And he's second choice in, is it Ludacris?
Ludacris.
I don't even know.
He's second choice there, so it worked out a good move. But unfortunately for us, we've had a massive goalkeeper problems.
Conundrum.
Shea, Steer, and then we're getting on loan emergency goalkeeper. So I think the number one priority next year is getting a goalkeeper.
Yeah, if we got the right people, I'd let Isted take number one.
For me,
I seen you talking about this.
I've had a few people go like, "What have you got against Harry?" I go, "I've got nothing against him, but he's 25 and he's not played more than 30 professional games." I can't. For me, that's too much pressure to give it to him. He may be able to handle it, but I feel like if there's someone better available, you got to get that someone better in. I know it comes at a price, but he's 25. He's gone on loan to, like I was saying with Josh earlier, he's gone on loan to the National League. He hasn't gone on loan to another Football League club. He doesn't give me enough confidence to go, yeah, I back you until Shea gets back. And then if he gets injured, you then got an 18-year-old academy player.
Yeah.
Are you going to put all that pressure on him the same? I think just get a goalkeeper in. Get someone who's going to compete. If Steer injury isn't too bad, I thought he was brilliant. The guy from on loan from Villa. If we could get him on a season-long loan or on a permanent, then great. I think we've got a class keeper here. But that, for me, your team's built from the back onwards. You've got that. If you get the spine, you're going to have a great year. So if we can get that goalkeeper in, he's probably under the age of 30, but got enough experience under his belt, then I'll take it. But for me, I would have let Harry go. If I would have let him I'll just go and enjoy your football. You're 25, just play football. I just don't see him playing at Luton. He's just going to be backup in my eyes.
What do you reckon?
He's a good shot stopper. Don't get me wrong. Give the ball at his feet.
I think he just needs a little bit more experience. You know what I mean? I think give him half the season. Let's say in a perfect world, James Say he's fit. Isted's all right. You know what I mean? Give him half and half. Give the smaller games if those exist in the Championship. Give the smaller games to Isted. Let him build his confidence.
Do you think we're looking to loan him out then? Why don't we just loan him out?
I don't think right now we could do that.
That's
but
messy.
say for example, if Shea was fit,
this is what I mean. Shea's fit and we get another goalkeeper. Could we just loan him out?
Yeah, if we could potentially do that. But if Shea was just fit and we decided not to get a goalkeeper in, Shea was fit and Harry was fit, and then Nathan Jones thought, you know what, I'm going to give Harry a go and let Shea be backup. I could back that because at least then we still got an experienced goalkeeper who's the backup choice. But right now, with Shea being he's predicted to be out pretty much majority of next season. You're gonna have to bring in a goalkeeper and then let Harry compete with him. You know, he's clearly there's clearly a player there.
Because even the games I see,
he just hasn't
not
proven
bad.
himself enough. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's not down to him always. I think Luton, we could have maybe put him on loan a few times to some Football League clubs and see what he does in League 2, what he does in League 1, because he's loved that. I think was it Woolstone he was at. And there was like clips from him making wonderful saves. But I think the game he played against Blackpool, you kind of saw the inexperience in him. Yeah. And that can cost you points throughout the season. Yeah. And those points for us are massive compared to a team like Norwich and stuff. So yeah, that's the reason why I would bring in a goalkeeper. I've got nothing against Harry. I wish him all the best. I just want him to play football, but I just don't think he's going to get that at Luton, unfortunately.
Well, hopefully he can have
with certain players as well, we've progressed too quick. And that, Dan Potts as well, we've progressed too quick for him.
Way too quick for him.
Glenn Ray as well, I think.
You say that, but he showed up at centre-back, and he's not looked at a play. He's just a little bit smaller than a lot of people he goes up against.
Glenn Ray?
No,
Potts.
You know what I mean? When they put him in centre-back, I was worried. I was thinking, I don't know about this.
He's been one of them fringe players the whole time he's kind of been at Luton, though, isn't he?
Injury-prone as well.
Whatever happened to Brendan Galloway?
Well, he had a certain allegation made against him in apparently during his Everton days, and it came out while he was at Luton, so that was a little bit dodgy.
That's the end of that one.
Yeah, but then he also kept getting injured, so...
Boys on these conspiracies, man. Hey, you might have to join us on the conspiracy.
All I'm saying is, as soon as you hear that, he's probably serving.
That's what I mean.
He's probably serving
with any footballer, isn't it? Like, if an allegation is made...
And he was on a fat wedge at Luton as well.
No. He lost a lot.
Did he?
Apparently he went from 30 to $5,000 a week.
Yeah, I heard 25
so all them
to
things
6,
on,
but around the same.
All them things on the internet bullshit. Then.
No, listen,
what am I looking at? People sending them in group chats, and I'm like, yo.
So I went to like a end of season party thing. I met what's his name, Gary Sweet, and we're speaking, laughing, chatting shit about Luton or whatever. And I was like, I'll get this next round in. I heard you're really tight, and he went, listen. I was like, he goes, listen, look, if there's a lot of things I said about me is I will not spend X amount on a player no matter who it is. I was like, you serious? Like, at the time, I was like, who's the highest paid at Luton? And he goes, McManaman. I went, really? And he's like, yeah, he's only on like 6k a week. And I went, that's the highest paid at Luton. And he goes, yeah, no one else is getting any more than that. And I was like, do you know what? Fair enough. I'll get the drinks in them.
Yeah. That is mad. $6,000. Because you look at some of the other clubs.
I think it'd be a little bit higher now. I think it'd be probably 8 now.
8 still very low.
2 years though.
Yeah, but I still think it's the same because I had the same.
Still low though.
It's a business though.
Yeah. I had the same conversation with someone relatively high up, but it was the same kind of thing. They still haven't. Pele's now the man that's highest paid, but he's only on around the same. And that's great business model because
great business model if people want to stay.
Imagine we do this top 6 finish, we get an absolute whack. Okay, we'll buy Matey coming down from Everton. We'll get Damari Gray or something. We'll get this guy in. We'll get 30 grand a week, 25 grand a week. Okay, and then we have a really bad season because no one's gelled and we go down. we're still paying 25 grand a week for 3 years or whatever, and we just don't.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah,
Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Portsmouth,
Sunderland.
bent over. Sunderland. It just
Rodwell
it just,
in League One on like 40 bags.
He's stealing the
League
living.
One.
Yeah.
Your man's out here like, no, I got a bit of a calf injury. I can't play that.
Sitting on the table,
rolling up in a Bentley.
You're gonna play anytime soon? Nah, fuck it.
Yeah, like fucking hell.
It's a good model.
It is a great model. It is a great
It's a
model.
dangerous model at the same time, because it's, if you want to bring that certain player in and he wants an extra $2,000 and another club's giving him an extra $5,000 and then mid-table, that's a big plus for the mid-table side. I know we're being tight, but at a time we're gonna have to be a little bit lenient with it, I think.
But right now
they've obviously got this far.
Yeah.
They know what to do.
But the Premier League, though, it's another level.
Yeah.
It is another level, and you can't have players on $6,000 a week in Premier League. It just won't.
I'm pretty sure the worst paid player in the Premier League is probably on 25.
Exactly, and they're like 18-year-olds at academies.
That don't play.
Maybe they'd have something in their contracts though, or put in their contracts
for 1
year
year
you'll be on this, and then if we get relegated, you'll go back down to a certain wage.
Yeah.
I think
they
we're.
have probably more money then anyway too. So
Yeah, but like they're saying, if you go down, you don't want to be carrying them wages back
Mad wages like that, but obviously they'll have more money
to justify for the league. But we if we went to the Premier League, we'd have. There's no like guarantee. We're probably getting relegated. So they would have to do that with the contracts to say like 1 year, you can get that cream. But next season, man, you're back on them scraps. You best have a good year so you can get that move. Because next year you're back on them scraps. Like it is. But Sonny Bradley as well, obviously captain.
Yeah.
When he got injured and come back, I was thinking Peterborough, for example. I'm like, oh, he looks very ropey. I'm like, I do not want this guy starting in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But in the playoffs, he was fucking good. Maybe one of the best players in the team.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about him? How do you think his season's gone?
I've had a few conversations with my dad about this, because my dad don't rate him, like, especially this season. And I say to my dad, and this may be controversial again, I said he was better than Naismith as a defender. Naismith going forward, because he's played in so many positions in his career, he's played literally every single position, even goalkeeper. Naismith, while he was at Portsmouth for a game, he's better going forward. But Bradley as a defender is solid. And if you actually look at his statistics, I know Bradley's played less games, but he actually averaged a better rating across the season than Naismith.
Forget stats as well. What you watch him play, he's the calm head out of the back. He's the one that he not just like lashes it forward. He takes the ball down. He keeps everyone going. He knows the line. When you watch him play, he does his job really well. In my opinion, he calms that defence down, which Naismith, in my opinion, couldn't do.
And his attitude as well, Bradley. He was told 3 times this season by medical staff that you will not play again this season. Came back and played. He's had an operation which went wrong, still came back. His dad died this year because of COVID.
And he's a massive fan. Like, he was at every game and stuff like that.
He watched my YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And he actually said, I watched the video you made about my son and that. And every time he saw me at Luton games, he always said hello to me. So I always appreciate that. Because I thought he doesn't have to do that.
Nah.
But he was such a lovely guy to have. He was good with the fan base. So to have him go must have impacted him massively. So he's probably, this year, it's probably been the most difficult season in Bradley's whole career. And he's had, I think, a new either son or daughter as well. So he's had it mental.
And you do have to base performances on the impact. I think people don't do it enough. They just look at stats. But if you, like you just said, his life, he's had a hard year. Injuries are bad enough, let alone someone passing away, having a new kid. So to even play that good like that gives you confidence going into next year. He's going to be
in his prime as well.
He's
playing his best football, and he's got a Wales international next to him in Lockyer. Burke, who's going to be a good solid centre half. He's got a youngster he's going to be training in Osho. So the future's bright.
Everyone, like you said, everyone's eyes on him. He's a captain. They've got to see how he reacts to stuff. He's got to pull the team together. He's got, again, top youngsters next to him, watching him, trying to learn off him. So do you know what I mean? Massive credit to his attitude.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm happy that Naismith's gone, is because he didn't even tell Luton that he was going.
No, this is what I'm saying. He didn't
Luton didn't even tweet at the same time, and then Luton did the statement the next day saying we were unaware that he actually decided to go. And I thought, you know what, fuck you.
Yeah,
Good
fuck
riddance.
you, man.
Like,
I'm chucking shit in next game. I'm bringing out the fucking bag of 2p's. I'll be in the stands, fucking just.
You know,
if he's gone around like that, no, you're a dick.
You know.
But I did really like him. But yeah, but that must be your attitude.
Yeah.
Like you're just a knob.
You know,
You haven't even got the decency to like put out a tweet to. You see his message to the fans. I think it was on his Instagram, but I think it was fucking tiny.
Well, he did an
Like, it's
interview with Bristol City saying that he's going to work with the best manager in the league and with a club that's got a future. So what the
They come
fuck have you
16th.
left us?
They come
We
16th.
finished above them 2 years running. I go, don't get me wrong. The only attraction he's got at Bristol City is, okay, they play with more fans every week. It's not our fault our fucking local council are shit and haven't gave us a new stadium in over 75 years. We've been wanting the stadium since the 50s. Like, it's been an ongoing thing, which other fans are so stupid to understand. We don't want to play at our stadium. Yes, we love it. Don't get me wrong.
We have to.
But we have to. You know, it's not like we haven't been trying.
That
like,
mold
to
on the
leave.
wall. I don't like it, but I have to like it.
Yeah.
It's there.
Oh, yeah.
My dad's been saying, like, oh, we've always put in application in. It's always been turned down, and he's like in his 40s now, and I'm just saying, like, well, you know, this is the thing. If our council's not going to do it, then
It's the fucking Arndale. I'm telling you, I'd knock
It is
that fucker down.
Yeah,
It
fuck
is a
Arndale.
shithole. Don't care what any says.
Like, everyone goes to Milton Keynes for shopping.
Yeah.
Like, especially
I don't even go
in-
Luton for Nando's no more. I don't even want to say that. I do not even go
100%.
Luton for Nando's
The
no
only
more,
time I
bro.
go Luton is to watch Luton.
Yeah.
I don't go there for anything else.
You big time
It
now,
is,
though,
yeah.
man.
No, I
Nah, I'm joking. Hey,
go Covent Garden, bro.
hey, I'm eating at the fucking Savar, whatever it's called. Savage.
I'm like, mate, you're chucking me out, bro. What are you talking about?
No, but yeah, I don't even go Nando's in Luton no more. Like it's that bad in there. Like that bit of the square outside is bad. It's getting bad there. But the Arndale, knock it down. I don't care
need
about
to do
that. Like the
something.
jobs
It's
and that.
not
Like
even-
if you
it's-
build another sort of not a town centre, but like Milton Keynesy, which they're looking to do up by
What,
the
the outside retail park?
yeah, like
Yeah,
then the
yeah.
jobs kind of people are gonna
That's
suffer.
we've got one. It's
You
doing
got
right.
to get a new job, ain't you? At the end of the day, like you can't just keep it for the sake of keeping jobs. Like it is a shithole there.
I don't even think it's bringing in that much revenue either.
It's
No,
not.
it's
It
not.
can't
It's
be.
not.
Scrapping it anyway.
And apparently the rents there are fucking extortionate.
After lockdown,
That's why.
I
That's why
imagine
Louis
it'd
moved
be.
out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. To go to the high street because it was cheaper. I
Yeah,
think.
this is what I mean. So I don't really think it's literally just the nostalgia of having it there because it's been there.
Yeah, but what's the
forever.
nostalgia of the fucking Arndale Centre?
Not for me personally, but maybe older people will be like, oh no, but you know, it's been there for ages.
Luton needs a whole polish, man. It needs
Yeah.
a polish.
It's not even like you got to think for the younger generation. It's fucking shit. Like,
Yeah, it's shit for them.
what's the attraction? And even Milton Keynes at times, even though it's a young place, it's still shit to go out on a night out in Milton Keynes. You wouldn't go there. So it's just one of those like. it is bad, man.
Yeah.
I've never gone out in Milton Keynes
bro,
once.
mate,
Is
Bro,
that bad?
I've gone to Milton. I won't say where I went. I've gone to
Pink
Milton
Punters.
Keynes. Nah, Pink Punters alright though.
It's
Pink
alright.
Punters alright. Do you know
On a bank holiday weekend,
it is,
only on a bank holiday
you know what it is?
weekend. Now
Hear
you're
me
rolling
out,
up to
hear me out, yeah.
Pink Punters on
yeah.
no random
Pink Punters,
Saturday.
yeah. You walk into a room, yeah, and it's like techno, and you're like, I don't like this. I'll go next door.
Yeah,
It's
you
R&B,
keep
and
going.
you're like, oh, it's alright. Oh, I don't like this. I'll go next. It's pop, and but what other club? It's good. It's not. It's no Oshana, but the bit that sells it for me, yeah, is the little cafe on the side. Imagine having a burger and going back in to dance.
Oh yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
The
That just changes things.
Yeah, but
And
when
then-
I'm
and then-
seeing Gali fucking kebab with mayonnaise everywhere, you
I hear
think your
ya,
man's
man,
out here
yeah.
trying to grab nothing in
Yeah,
there.
listen.
Not that I'm grabbing nothing in there anyway. Hey, your boy out is taken. But
he's
I'm
grabbing.
saying back
Yo,
in the
Pink
old
Punters,
days.
Yeah, Pink Punters is sus.
I'm grabbing pieces, baby. And I ain't talking about them Glock 9s you were holding yesterday.
I don't know what you're talking about. Box 17s, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but...
They all run a chop.
Oh,
I
mate.
ain't mayo, bro. I ain't mayo, bro. But, no, like, you're right. Like, I think going out in MK, I don't know if it's just people. I don't know. I don't know what the crack is,
Better,
but
it's new.
yeah. But you say that, but I stopped going out completely. I went out, and like, people were like acting bougie, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking like, yo, you lot are in MK, not this ain't
Oi,
London, bro.
They do that in Leighton Buzzard. They do that in Leighton Buzzard. I swear to you
what's
right
in
now.
Leighton Buzzard?
In Leighton Buzzard, you get like there's
Just
people in
outside
Leighton
of
Buzzard.
Leighton,
I
bro.
swear to you right now, they think they're from Essex down there. Like, and it's Leighton Buzzard, so I can imagine Milton Keynes.
Dunst was a little bit like that.
Yeah,
No
Dunst.
way.
There are certain
No
parts,
way.
Like the Medmore area and that.
Medmore.
Medmore.
Medmore's quite nice though.
It is. but
They're not enough to be bougie, bro.
No, not to be bougie, but they are. If you compare Dunstable to Luton, they think they're bare bougie. Come on, you know, like that's. But
the town centre is like look like mini Euro, isn't it? Like there's so many cultures in that round there.
Which is good.
That is
you know
good.
What? The only thing.
But it's beat down now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oi, Linus.
It needs to revamp.
I was walking through town the other day with my missus, and there was this geezer in a wheelchair with a speaker on the back, blasting Eastern European with a tinny in his hand, just driving around town. Do you know what I mean? Like, your boy ain't trying to see that after, like, eating something or something. Do you know what I mean?
It's good for them.
For them, it's lit.
It's obviously where they come from.
Yeah, I understand
but for
that.
us, it's like, I don't know, man. I, like I said, I'm not even going there to eat. I went down those last month with him, and I was like, I'll look out.
Yeah, this is long. Can I get this to go?
That's why when you're up north, you know, quite a different place.
Yeah, it is. No, that's what I mean. But that's why, hopefully, with the stadium, maybe if they, because I look at the drawings of the stadium, yeah, and there's apartments and that, and I'm like, that looks like it's going to be where the Arndale is.
No,
I don't know if that is.
It's, you know, it's right by the train station. You know that massive empty bit of field next to it, and all the industrial waste
Do
is.
you
and
know
shit.
where the church is?
Yeah.
And it's got all that parking. It's more or less down there, isn't it?
Yeah,
They're just gonna.
it's apparently the same size as the Emirates.
What, the 80p car park bit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not actually going to be the stadium.
Nah.
Where's the stadium
it is.
actually?
They're going
is.
to smash that down, and but obviously the March will just make money on it. While they build the rest of it.
It'd be like sort of like MK's one, isn't it? With a double tree. You got the double tree.
Yeah,
Inside,
yeah.
And it's going to be a bit of a retail park as well, isn't it? Yeah. It's
gonna.
gonna.
One's pretty nice.
You ain't going to be able to drive through there on a game day.
No, well, yeah. It's like that on game day.
Yeah.
now.
Where can you drive through though? Like, where can you drive through on a game day? Where, bro? Like, there's nothing worse. Yeah, there's nothing worse than like, let's say I've driven through London, and I forget like it's a game day, and I'm like going past like Holloway Road, Arsenal play, bro. It's the worst day of my life.
Yeah.
It's just busy.
Bad, isn't it?
It's just rammed. No matter where you go, it's just always the same.
It's
But
even
no,
like-
I think it brings in a lot of money, brings in a lot of revenue, new jobs,
And
new.
there's a lot of wealthy people in Luton. Like, it's not like it's a trampy town or something. It just needs money coming back into it. Hopefully the stadium and that will like.
It's just got a bad reputation, unfortunately.
Yeah.
obviously.
Not only that, it'll bring in different people, bring in different demographics, people that work in London, but now they see this revamped new stadium, new town centre, new flats and that. They go, you know what? I'm just going to move a little bit closer, live there, so I can keep different standard of living. Do you know what I mean? And things like that. So
Runway, like, what else do you want? Like you got everything in Luton. It's not bad. It's cheaper than London.
yeah,
So
Nah, for
a
real.
little tart, man. It go well.
Yeah.
a little polish is sweet.
It needs it.
But
Definitely needs it.
he's trying to big time us, man. Little Keens and that, you know.
Oh, trust me, I'm not picked up. I live right near Leighton Buzzard, but I live in Bletchley, so like proper south. Yeah,
That's close to. That's close to where.
so it's just like
But obviously you touched on Nathan Jones earlier about the tactics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate a little bit?
I'm a little bit
what you're going on
different with the tactics.
I just don't think.
Playing with the mic
Get over
again.
that, man. You've been in Pink Panthers too much, boy.
I just think, you know, obviously not all the time. I think his strengths are getting the best out of the team, getting players that you thought were dead and buried, and getting them going. Like, I never thought Jerome could do what Jerome's doing now. Like Snodgrass, I always knew he was class. You know what I mean? But like, he just gets the team, like how we play, very quick on the counter. We don't. I think statistically, I don't know. You might correct me on this. We're probably one of the worst sides to hold possession. Like we don't.
Yeah,
actually,
possession-wise,
yeah, we're the worst. We don't do that. We don't do that tiki taka, beautiful, putting balls through. We sit back, and then we spring on the counter. That's how we play. Do you know what I mean? We're what's the word? We're very, very raw, very powerful. Use a lot of our fast, strong players. That's just how we play. His strengths are getting them to keep going at 100%, smashing teams just going, getting them to just fight, getting them to just you don't see them pull out of tackles. You see them going. You know the type of players they got. Cornick will run at you all day.
But is that why we've had the injuries though?
I don't know.
Basically Nathan's come out and said, apparently in training they train like they do on a match day, so with that same intensity. So if you're going to do that in training, and how many times do they train? Like 4 3 or 4, maybe 5 times a week,
Yeah.
you are going to naturally just pick up injuries. But I think because of the season, we did have the COVID, split up, and I think that's also played a part in how games are Saturday, Tuesday. I think next year they would be a little bit more split out. But then I say that the World Cup's in the winter, so probably going to be the repeat of.
We've had no
last
break.
season.
What the hell is going on, man? Like
This
we've
stupid
had no break.
Nation League right now playing 4 matches. What's the fuck?
The Nations League, I hate all that shit.
Get rid of the friendlies, get rid of the Nation League,
I really do not even really like international football. I think it's shit. I don't mind the big competitions, Euros. Hate the qualifiers, shit. Nations League, you've just turned a friendly games into like a little mini shitty tournament. It's dead.
Yeah. More money, innit? More money. From what I'm saying, I don't know. Tactic. So I think his strengths are getting the best out of his players. And we've got certain players, like when we had Collins, he was the type of player that would give you 100%. Nathan Jones could get 100% out of him. Make players believe in themselves. Do you know what I mean? Make players, like young players, believe in themselves, and players that thought they were over the hill believe in themselves. Tactically, I've seen him get a few games wrong. I've seen him do a few things wrong. I've seen him come out of formations, and I'm thinking, what are you doing here? Like, I get it. I think he could be using a better. But look, what do I know? I'm just watching it. I just think I'm not saying tactically he's bad. I just think his strengths aren't that.
Yeah. And what do you think?
For me, it's a little bit different. I get what you're saying about gets players 100%. I think that's definitely one of his biggest strengths. He makes an average player look, one of the best in the league. That's for a fact. That's fact. But I think for me, what I get annoyed with Nathan Jones is the substitutions. How late reaction time on. Can you react quicker in making a sub? And there's been like that Peterborough game pissed me off. I was just like, he needs to make a change. He needs to make the change.
And it needs to be a striker.
And sometimes it is the wrong change. But I think tactics-wise, I think he does get it right sometimes. I think it's like a mix. I think what makes it look really bad is from the start of the game when he's picked the wrong lineup. So like Birmingham, for example, we probably did play the right tactics, but they played the wrong players. I think that's his weakness. And you got to just remember, like, although he's managed us, he's mainly been a coach. Like, he's still actually young in terms of being a manager. So I think he does at times. He does get tactics right because like you don't wallop teams 5-0 and the way we do 4-0. And I think this year as well. Last year we played it different. We were able to go direct, and we can play. Although we don't keep possession often, we still can unlock a team. We've got the players to do that. So I think that all comes down to obviously the system and the tactics which we play from him. So I think I definitely get what you're saying that sometimes tactics wise, but I think that comes down to not picking the actual right players, and that's what I think he relies on. Sometimes favourites, players which he thinks he can do that they can do the job, but we all know. Can't. So I think that's his downfall because he's done that in the past. I think he relied too much on Collins where he needed the rest or something. Pot sometimes, and it's just certain Glenn Ray. I think right now Glenn Ray will go, and he's one of his favourite ever players. Nathan. So
he goes though. Where does he really slot back into that team seamlessly? Like he doesn't. He doesn't get more than 15 games this season.
And he will only play if injuries and suspensions.
And that's big injuries, like whole midfield or centre back position has to go.
But he's a good manager and coach, to be fair, and I don't see him actually going.
No.
I don't think he'll do a repeat. I think he learnt a lot from the Stoke move. I think what didn't help at Stoke was the players tried to change too much in the short amount of time. He had players that weren't willing to go through a brick wall like he did at Luton. So when you don't have that for a start, just fails. And his recruitment, even at Stoke, they say it was really bad, but the players he actually brought in, they're still using some of the players.
Yeah.
So I think, assets, recruitment, once we get the good recruitment in, we're going to see a good season next year. I think we're going to have more of the ball, which we didn't obviously have much last year, and score a lot more goals, I think.
We got Watford away, Watford at home.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that'll be
sold out.
Yeah, sold out completely.
It'd be on a Sunday.
They'll make it as
Saturday.
difficult as possible.
Yeah.
They'll make it as difficult as possible, but people will find the time to go.
You have to. Yeah,
I've heard a
you make time
rumour
for that.
about this. Apparently, on the away journey, only Luton fans can only go by coach, by supporters coach. You're not allowed to go by train
See
or
what I mean?
by car.
Pathetic.
And I was like, I don't know how they're going to police that.
They're going to start stopping people at the
They're babies. They're fucking babies, man. They're just babies.
Really and apparently
For good
they're going to give us a reduced away following as well.
For good reasons.
Hey.
A
Maybe.
reduced away following compared to other clubs. They're going to make it really hard.
Just stand outside the stadium.
Yeah.
You just have to take a coach. You just have to take a coach. Yeah, you just have to take a coach to the stadium just to stand out there.
Just stand there. Yeah, what? What are you going to do, bro?
Yeah.
Where's Anthony Joshua? No, but who are you most looking forward to next season play?
Oh. Mendes Gomez. I definitely want to see more of him. I think he's definitely the real deal. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing Musway play as well. I know he had a disappointing last season, but I think this year, I think he knows himself. So I think get a run of games in. We should see a good player there.
Yeah.
Pelly, he's my favourite player, Pelly. I've loved Pelly ever since he's been at the club. I do think he gets this amount of hate by fans, which is undeserved. Even when he's not on the pitch, I've heard fans go, "For fuck's sake, Pelly, why he's lost the ball?" And honestly, it's been Amari Bell who's lost the ball.
Yeah.
Pelly's not even on the pitch, and I'm thinking, like, what agenda? Do you
Yeah,
have?
no.
Hey, look, let me tell you something. I think that's just. You know what I'm going to say, innit? Put it this way, the promotion day when we played Oxford,
Yeah.
and I was like in a tunnel just about to run out with fucking Hilton. This little kid, I stood next to this little kid, and he's like, "Oh, Danny Hilton, oh, Pele," and I'm like, oh. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it's that, but I hear what you're saying though. To be fair, like I feel like when he gets the ball, he does something great, the cheers are there. But when he does something bad, it's so much more worse because it's him.
I think it's
Do you know
all,
what I mean?
and I think a part
Compared
of the
to everyone
reason
else.
he's always been good for a game, bad for a game, good for a game, bad
He's
for a game.
that
good-
player,
So
but
it
I
still
think
has
we all know that he can do something.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's the
he
thing.
can
We all
be
know, but we just
unreal.
need it.
that consistency.
Yeah.
Just needs that consistency. Might be a bit what you're saying as well.
Yeah, but
a little sprinkled on top.
Yeah, but it's one of them though. It's one of them. It's like Harry Cornick. It's like Pele. It's like if these players did what we all want them to do, they'd be off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'd be
they
off.
would be, yeah.
Cornick would be playing for Arsenal or something.
Yeah.
Pele would be playing
They're
for
at Luton
Chelsea.
for a reason.
Yeah,
That's
do you know what I
just
mean?
weird, yeah.
As soon as like we all said James Justin, he's unreal. If he starts scoring goals and creating it, he's off.
And
what happens?
Yeah.
He starts creating it. He starts scoring. He's off. Do you know what I mean? You
Now he's
don't
playing
want
for
it.
England, which we
Yeah.
get a bit of money for, which is great.
Yeah. I mean, I still think we should have let him go for a lot more than 8 million, but
Year left on his deal, though. That's the problem.
yeah.
So that's where it comes down to contracts. Like I was saying, like
Yeah.
Jack Stacey and him both had a year left, and unfortunately,
They got
They-
Sort of play your
stolen.
cards right.
that's what I was saying. Like,
Either be going for
Why couldn't the player just work
Yeah.
with the club and say, "Listen, I'll put an extra year on that, but sell me"? Can they not do
Yeah,
that?
but surely it works out better for the player to run his contract.
Wait, no, yeah. You get more money, you get
Gets
more
more
whack.
money,
Yeah,
yeah.
you do.
That's what I mean.
Signing on
and then when you've
bonus.
got agents like in your ears going like, "You're not doing that." You
Yeah.
know, you're gonna listen to
Yeah.
your agent, aren't you? Like,
And plus, you know what I mean? The agent's getting a whack. So.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. But no, I feel Pele gets it a little bit more because we know when he's bad.
Yeah.
He's really bad. You can hear it when he does something bad and the fans kick off.
You can tell with
Yeah,
him
he
as well.
can.
He doesn't shy away from his emotions. You can literally tell like he's probably the most emotion player like on
Yeah.
the pitch. Like you can see it. Like goes,
Yeah, as soon as he fucks up, he's
Yeah.
But
he
for
knows
me-
he's gonna get
on
stick.
him,
Yeah.
innit?
Yeah.
When it's all on you. It's like it's hard to
But it's like
explain,
at
innit?
times, like I see like a post go like, "For fuck's sake!" This is like half time in the game, and unfortunately I wasn't at the game because I was working, and I saw someone go like, "Pelly's lost the ball this amount of times, he lost it the most than any other Luton player," and I thought, right, okay, I'm not watching the game, but I'm going to look at the statistics. He actually didn't lose it the most, and there was 3 other players that lost it more than him. And I went, why the fuck you're not going at the other players and you're going at him?
People just got a
you
bit of an agenda
you
for him,
like,
haven't they, already?
It is an
That
agenda,
is,
and I'm like, just fucking leave him alone.
Yeah, he is. We're just interrupting this podcast for a quick sponsorship break. This sponsor is a sponsor we use ourselves. You don't get the best logos or thumbnails unless you head over to our brother at Ollie D Graphics on Instagram. He does everything, ranging from logo designs, illustrations, animations, and much, much more. Head over to his Instagram, shoot him a little DM, say the Fijian sent you, or the Ginge. He might even chuck in a little extra. With excellent customer service, brilliant pricing, it really, really is a no-brainer. All his links are in the description, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to us on Spotify. And now we get back with the pod. Thank you. And obviously, it's a question of the pod. Your most euphoric moment in life so far. It can be to do with YouTube. It could be to do with football, but just a moment that sticks out for you, like where you were like present in that moment, just completely, like your most euphoric moment.
God, I have to say this moment. I'm going to Carlisle away when we won promotion. Like for me, I don't think anything has beaten that day in my life. That was just unreal. You know, like I got up at 6 a.m, drinking on the train, and then like get there, I'm already pissed.
Yeah.
And then I'm like Weatherspoons, like brekkie, and then just continuously drinking. Go to the match, absolute limbs when we scored to equalise it to make it 1-1. Find out we obviously won promotion to League One, going absolutely mental over there. It was actually good weather as well, which helped. And then get back to the bar, have a few more drinks, and then we see the Luton supporters coach like pop up outside Nando's. We're all sprinting to the bus, all trying to get on the bus. I think the security guard took me off it about 5 times. But, you know, I'm jumping on Mick Harford, Collins, Glenn Ray, and I'm going absolutely mental. That day was just brilliant.
Yeah, I think I heard Cornick and James Shea talking about that. And I think Shea said it was his best moment.
Yeah.
Might have been his best moment.
They're on that...
Yeah.
That teammates
video,
they've mentioned it there. They were like, I've never seen anything like that. And that was just that was just
a real moment.
That's up there. And then I think Gary Sweet as well, he bought champagne for everyone in the pub, and he actually knows my dad, so my dad and him were talking because they used to stand together when Gary Sweet was just a normal fan.
Yeah.
So he ended up buying my dad champagne, and then I'm like,
so is he a proper fan of Luton and everything? Gary Sweet, he's a proper Luton lad.
Literally all the owners are Luton fans.
Yeah, that's what you need though, man. You need that core of just fucking people that want the best for the club.
Yeah.
We just basically what we need is investors to go, right, I want to invest in Luton because of this reason. And we do have someone from Sony who's a Luton fan invested in us, so he's got a bit of money. And I think there's another guy as well who's doing the exact same thing. So we just need more of those investing in the club and going, look, I want to give Luton this amount of money because, you know, they're a good club from my area. You know, I want to support them and stuff. Yeah, and that's what we need.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it's coming.
Yeah,
I think it's all coming in good time.
You know, if you look at the areas as well, like not being funny, Milton Keynes is not ever going to compete with Luton. So the only clubs that are going to compete with Luton is Watford, unfortunately, and the teams in London. You know, you've got Bedford, Hertfordshire, Buckinghamshire, all these places. You know, Buckinghamshire is absolutely massive. Aylesbury's like big, and the amount of like their nearest club's Wickham.
Yeah,
you know, and you're not
Wickham
going to support Wickham, are you? No. Aylesbury's like near Luton, so it's just like
Wickham are shit.
All these local towns, St Albans, you know, Hitchin, you know, you've got all of that. So there's plenty of like potential to expand.
Do you think a lot of the Milton Keynes supporters now, with a new stadium, will start supporting Luton?
The Milton Keynes, there's no supporters.
Yeah,
they can call themselves what the fuck
they robbed the club, didn't they? It's pretty.
They all support. I'm telling you now for a fact. Growing up, I literally live 15 minutes away from that stadium. Yeah, whoever goes to that stadium is a season ticket. They support a Big Six club. They do not support that club. If they go home and away, they support another club. I'm telling you that for a fact. So they can try and mock whatever they want. They are a nothing club. I always get asked. This is one question which I don't like about people when they ask me is, why don't you support MK Dons? Because I fucking existed before they even were born. So don't ever I hate. It's just one of those annoying.
Yeah,
annoying
no,
things.
I get it. I see the passion in his voice.
No,
he's fucking pissed.
I think to myself, they've got what is it, 30,000, which could get expanded as well probably. And I'm thinking, why the fuck is my club don't have that? Why do they have
a bit
that?
Saltiness.
You know, like they have concerts inside it. Probably the biggest crowds they actually get is when they actually hold a concert. But all that stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, like, they don't deserve that.
No.
Yet my club's struggling, and local councils are fucking pricks. You know?
Yeah.
They do any boxing in there or anything?
Yeah.
In the stadium?
No, not in the stadium.
Oh,
in
the arena, the Marshall Arena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I worked in the arena before doing.
So there's an arena inside the stadium.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Sam.
Ice hockey in that.
No, ice hockey.
You're thinking of Escape, innit?
Ice hockey. That's what they're
the fucking snow dome. where all the snow is. Yeah.
Rugby then, played a couple of rugby games.
Yeah, Northampton Saints have played
Look at you,
before.
look at you.
Yeah.
I don't know. No. This man. Do your research when you come on here. No, but we'll leave it there then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been wicked, man. Thank you for coming.
No
on.
worries, man.
I'll link all your stuff in. Obviously, I'll get
Thank
your
you.
Discord and stuff like that off you.
Yeah.
And I'll just put it all at the bottom.
Oh, brilliant.
But no, it's been wicked having you on. People, go over to his channel, like, subscribe. He's giving the most brutally honest content I've seen to do with a football team. The man here, thank you for coming on, co-host, and getting involved in the chat.
Thank you for having us.
But people, make sure
Been a
you
lot of
please go down, like, subscribe. How important is it for people to subscribe?
Oh, massively. The more you engage, the more the video gets out there. So
We wanna
more
be-
likes, more comments.
We want to be in that algorithm, baby. We want to be pushed up in that algorithm. But and then people don't realise though, the more people subscribe, you can do better things on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Like I can't even do community posts because I'm not in that thing, and something like that is something small, but it's massive at the same time. So just head down, please like, subscribe, and peace, people.